What's up, you guys? Coach Kelly here, coming at you today. I want to talk about something very important. I want to drop some knowledge bombs for you guys about the topic of whether or not you should be going into a diet phase, a fat loss phase. If you're thinking about going through a fat loss phase right now, this video is for you. We're going to talk about some of the telltale signs that it's just not a good time for you. And you're more than likely not going to be very successful in your attempt. A lot of you ladies have been clicking that link in my bio and taking about 5 minutes of your life to fill out my free under eating quiz. And this has, boiled up a lot of questions within you guys. Should I be dieting? Should I go through a reverse diet? Should I just be living happily at maintenance? What is best for my situation right now? And when I get asked that question, I follow that question up with a lot of my own questions because it depends. I'm going to spend a few minutes here going through my top reasons why you will not, or most likely will not, be successful if you attempted a fat loss phase today. No particular order. Reason number one being that you haven't spent enough time at maintenance first. You've been in a deficit, you've been dieting, trying to lose body fat already for maybe, 12 weeks, maybe more than 12 weeks. Maybe you just completed a diet phase. Maybe you've just completed a challenge that you've been through. Maybe you just went through a diet phase. You went on vacation, gained back some weight, didn't have the sustainability that you had hoped, and are not in a place any longer that you want to be, and you're ready to get back on track now that you're home again. That you're maybe not yet where you want to be, but coming out of a diet and taking 2 weeks off to just eat whatever you want so that you can get back to it and grind it out again is not enough of a break. It's not enough time to repair and to heal for successful, sustainable fat loss. To repair and to heal for successful, sustainable fat loss. Y'all, we cannot live in a deficit of calories forever. Fat loss needs to come in phases. It should be periodized throughout your year, throughout your life. You should really be spending at least the same amount of time at maintenance that you were in a deficit of calories. And this is not including your reverse. So however long it takes you to reverse back up to your maintenance calories, then you start that time clock. And I'm talking at least the same amount of time, if not at least, 1.75 amounts of time. Giving your body that time to rest, repair, and heal is essentially just sharpening your fat loss blade, making sure that it's sharp enough to work the next time around. Y'all, we can't live in a diet or in a deficit of calories because our bodies are so unbelievably adaptable. Everything starts slowing down. If you're there too long, your systems start to slow down. Most importantly, that includes your metabolism, okay? And what do you need to actually achieve fat loss? A metabolism, a healthy, speedy metabolism, all right? Without that, you got no hope, okay? So fat loss needs to come in phases, and you just need to take it slow, okay? Accept that this is a long-term process, and you might not get where you want to be the first time around, and that's okay. Slow, okay? Accept that this is a long-term process, and you might not get where you want to be the first time around, and that's okay. My second reason that you're not going to be successful during your fat loss attempts is because you either have a gut imbalance or a hormone imbalance, okay? Now, hormone imbalances typically start from the gut, so that's why your gut is so unbelievably important. And your hormones are like the Keebler elves of your body, including your metabolism. They have their hands in every single little pot that's going on under the surface, okay, that has an effect on your fat loss, on your metabolism. So if your gut is imbalanced, then your hormones are going to be imbalanced, and then your metabolism is not going to work properly, okay? So those are things that we need, okay, that has an effect on your fat loss, on your metabolism. So if your gut is imbalanced, then your hormones are going to be imbalanced, and then your metabolism is not going to work properly, okay? So those are things that we need to work the kinks out first. And again, that comes from giving your body enough time to heal, rest, and repair, and sharpen that blade. And number 3 is that you don't track your food. You don't track your macros, okay? Now, I'm not saying that if you're a newbie, that you won't experience success in fat loss. But what I am saying is that if you are planning to not ever track what you're doing or go through that education of proper nutrition and how to fuel your body and what your body actually requires, you're not really gonna get anywhere, all right? So what happens when we want to save money or get out of debt or create a budget? We start to look at our money. We start to track our money, where it's coming in, where it's going out, how we are spending it, okay? Tracking your food is just accumulating that necessary data so that you can learn. You can learn from what you're doing. And the only way to make changes is to know exactly where you're at right now. We know exactly what we need to work on. We know that we need to go left or we need to go right. And we've got to make these specific changes in order to move forward. Without knowing those things, you're just going to be spinning your wheels endlessly, getting nowhere. Not to mention, if you're not getting enough of your macronutrients, your protein, your carbohydrates, your fat, your body ain't going to be budging, sister. I'm sorry to tell you. Underfueling is just making this harder for you. You've got to be eating enough. And 9.99999 times out of 10, as women, we naturally don't eat enough food and we're not even aware of it. Last but not least, my 4th reason that you're not going to be successful in your fat loss is because you are stressed out to the max, girlfriend, all right? Now, we just talked about hormones, and guess what? Cortisol is your stress hormone. If that is chronically elevated, for whatever reason, mentally, physically, emotionally, what's going on at work, what's going on at home, what's going on in your family, with your kids, your coworkers, your boss, find stress hormone. If that is chronically elevated, for whatever reason, mentally, physically, emotionally, what's going on at work, what's going on at home, what's going on in your family, with your kids, your coworkers, your boss, finances, whatever it is, your body is not going to feel safe enough to let go and lose body fat. Your body has to feel safe, okay? Finances, whatever it is, your body is not going to feel safe enough to let go and lose body fat. Your body has to feel safe, okay? There are good times to diet and not so great times to diet. And a not so great time to diet is when you're just in the thick of things and you are just overloaded, chronically high levels of stress. You're going to hit a wall fast, and you're not going to get anywhere. Your gut's going to be wrecked, which is going to affect your other hormones outside of cortisol, and it's just going to be a total mess. So those are 4 of my top reasons why you would not be successful in a fat loss phase right now. So if you are thinking about going through a diet and trying to lose some body fat, make sure you just check in with yourself. Where are you in these 4 areas? Because if any one of these is you, or if all 4 of these are you, girl, it just might not be your time yet.